Good afternoon. Welcome to MTM Live. I am John Delancey here at Marketing the Magic, and we are going to have a short stream today. Maybe short. I tend to be long-winded, so we'll see. But this is part of the SSS VEDA challenge that we're taking part in here for this month of April. That is to vlog every day in April. And I decided that for this week, I wanted to try out daily live streams, since I have topics to cover every single day. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try. We'll see how the week goes. I just kind of decided this on a whim without actually consulting my calendar or books of appointments or anything like that. So we'll see if I can actually manage to do this every day at 1 o'clock Central Time here. But if it goes well, we're actually going to, like I said, be broadcasting every day at 1 o'clock. Now, what we're going to talk about today is a subject that I really love exploring, and I do have an ulterior motive, and we'll get to that. But what I want to talk about is, what is your favorite way to learn online? There are so many ways to learn whatever it is you want to know these days online. From gardening to cooking to makeup tutorials to business and marketing education and everything else. There are myriad ways to learn virtually anything. Whether you like watching live video on Facebook, like this video here, or you prefer pre-recorded videos on YouTube, or online courses through a system like Udemy or Lynda or whatever it is. There are so many ways that you can learn online. So that's what I want to talk about. And the ulterior motive I mentioned is because I'm trying to figure out the best way to help you learn about your marketing through this project here, through Marketing the Magic. So I really do have an ulterior motive there because I want to know what's going to be most effective. I want to know, for the people who this video reaches, what's going to be the best way to teach you. How do you prefer to learn online, so that I can structure this show, this community, around your needs. That's what we're here for. To give you an idea what we're talking about here, my favorite way to learn about business, and this is actually new to me, is through podcasts. I've recently discovered them, at least for online learning. I've known about podcasts for years and years, of course. But only started really listening to podcasts in the last probably 6 months or so. Started with WDW Radio from Lou Mangello. So for any of you Disney fans, I'm sure you know who he is, and you're probably also a listener. And that's really what kicked off this project. I listened to several episodes from Lou about the Disney Imagineers and the Disney decade with Michael Eisner and Frank Wells, when they came in and took over the company and really revitalized Disney. And so that's when I started thinking, okay, I think there's something here. I think there's a way for me to connect what I know about marketing with what I know about Disney and really make it something useful. And it was the podcast that did that for me. So that's been my favorite way, and especially because I'm on the go a lot. I'm often in the car. My office and studio are about 30 minutes from where I live, which I know that's not a long way, but it is the perfect amount of time to listen to pretty much any podcast I want to, except for Lou Mangello's. His tend to run an hour, hour and a half, so that's usually a trip to the office and a trip back from the office. But for most of the podcasts I listen to about marketing, about business, and about those kinds of things, they're about 15 to 30 minutes, so it's perfect time. When I'm not really doing anything else except obviously paying attention to the road. But I've got nothing else going on, and I've discovered that it makes my drive go by a lot faster. So much so that on our last trip to Disney World, November? I don't know, whenever that was. A few months ago. No, January. It was in January. Our last trip to Disney World, I actually queued up about 9 hours worth of podcasts and just listened to them straight through. Stopped for bathroom breaks, and that was the first time I've ever been able to make that drive completely by myself with no breaks to take a nap or let my wife drive for a little bit. I just kept chugging. That's what I love about podcasts, is it keeps my mind engaged, but not so much engaged that I can't focus on the road. Thank you, Sabria. Yes, it was January. Keeps my mind engaged on the things I want to learn while I'm doing something else, while I'm driving. So it makes those drives go by faster and lets me learn. In the meantime, I love podcasts. That's why I chose to also host this show as a podcast on iTunes and Stitcher and Google Play, was because I love that format so much. The other format, of course, that I really love is video, and in particular, live video. Ta-da! I started learning this way through the Live Streaming Pros group with Luria Petrucci and David Foster. Luria has been in streaming for ever and ever, and she turned it into a business with her fiance? I'm not really sure. They are a couple in any case. She and David produce lessons, used to be 5 days a week. Now it's 2 days a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, covering different ways to use live streaming in your business and for marketing and for branding and to connect with your audience. They often interview other big live streamers or YouTubers or people like that to kind of combine the disciplines and talk about different lessons we can incorporate. I love the live stream format because it makes it so much easier to connect with your audience once you have one. That's what I'm working on right now, is building up our audience here at Marketing the Magic. So, but other formats out there that have been around for a while and are only getting better include e-learning platforms or online courses. And these take a variety of forms. You can look at services like lynda.com, where there's lessons on virtually anything that you can just go watch whenever you want. Universities, big universities, are offering some of their actual college-level coursework for free. You won't get college credit necessarily, but you can learn what the course teaches, and that's truly amazing. And then it goes all the way to private courses that are hosted by a lot of consultants on the web, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of these. I've paid for a lot of these to varying degrees of success. Some of them I have truly loved. Actually, Live Streaming Pros offers those kind of pre-recorded, pace, at your own pace online courses where they provide the videos and instructional materials so that you can really learn the ins and outs from technical setup to the content you're going to host on your show and beyond. Really, truly amazing online courses like that. But like I said, when I started this project, I had every idea, of course. If you don't know this about me, I'm a pretty ambitious guy. I tend to take on a lot. So I was going to do a weekly regular show and a weekly live stream and a podcast and a blog and all these things. And that's great. But first of all, it keeps me extremely busy. And second of all, I think it's almost distracting for the audience. They don't really know where to look. And, well, he's talking about it over here, but then he's talking about it again over here. So I'm looking to sort of simplify things. And to give you an idea, the plan at the moment is to post a blog post on whatever the subject for the week is going to be on Mondays, and then host a live stream where we really discuss it and dive in on Wednesdays, and then structure that in a way that I can turn that into a podcast feed that people who prefer to listen by podcast can then download and listen that way. And then they can come back and engage on the videos, the replay of the video on Facebook or YouTube if they want to. But that's kind of the plan at the moment. But I really want to know, like I said, what's your favorite way to learn online so I can make sure I'm taking that into consideration. I do have plans in the future for some of those online course type learning environments or learning plans. There's a lot of value that can be delivered that way, and particularly because I want to incorporate very small class sizes so that I can work one-on-one with people to help them figure out their marketing strategy or what channels to pursue or why they just can't get their ads to work on Facebook or whatever it might be. So I'm going to wrap things up for today. Like I said, it was going to be just a quick video. It's been about 10 minutes. So if you are seeing this after the fact, because there's only been a couple of you live, and that's fine because we're just growing here ourselves. But if you're catching this video after the fact, let me know. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite way to learn online about business and marketing in particular. So, guys, have a great day. We'll be live again tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time, if I have any say-so about it. I don't know what we'll be talking about yet, but it'll be something. So, guys, have a great day. Go out and make the life you want to live, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks.